your boy Reed Dollaz. Shout out to my boy Fade and Menu Melody, man. Let's get to it. You know I co-sign that. General.
So yeah, man, let's just jump right into it. So like before even the music stuff, how's everything going in your world right now? What type of projects are you working on? Is it strictly the battles? Because I believe you just came off a battle a few days ago. What's in the
Yeah.
world of dollars?
Well, I'm always an artist first, so I'm always working on music. Working on my first official Reed Dollaz album. So that's in the works right now. I've been dropping music videos back to back. I actually have a video dropping tomorrow and a single dropping tomorrow called While You're Young. So I'm always working on music for sure.
No doubt. I seen the snippet for While You're Young, and that joint definitely goes hard. I definitely
I
rock.
appreciate it, brother.
It's
I
ill.
appreciate that.
It's ill the fact that you could really make that transition. This actually kind of segues into a question I had for you later, but how is it transitioning from doing battles to actually doing music as an artist?
I mean, well, for me, it's really like tying my shoes. I was always an artist first, and that's what a lot of people don't know. The freestyles and battles when I was younger came because the city that I'm from, Philadelphia, is like, it was hard to get a buzz. It was so many rappers. I mean, like 70% of the city was rapping. So it was like, what can I do to, make people notice me? So I had to go take my name. And that's where the battles came into play. And I always wanted to catapult off the battles, back into my artistry. You know what I'm saying? To get that name bigger, like to demand that respect. So music was really always my first love. I can't tell you how I do it. I just know that a lot of battle rappers cannot make the transition to actually make dope records.
Is a very select few, and it's
Yes,
just one of those things that you would think it's an easy transition, but it's something that is just it's a total different.
total different vibe when you're making records.
Exactly. That that's funny that you mentioned that a lot of people really, when you think of Reed Dollaz, you think about the early YouTube videos. And
Hmm.
again, I'm from really being that young generation of really being in middle school. Everybody's talking about, yo, Reed Dollaz, because this is the same time that YouTube is just starting to
Yeah,
pop off. Shout
yeah.
out to Soldier Boy, but Reed Dollaz definitely did it first.
I was first. I was first for sure.
You were definitely first.
For
And
sure, respectfully.
what's really cool is you're finally getting to explain the stories of having record deals presented to you before you even had those
Yeah,
battles and was on YouTube.
right.
Um, Kind of elaborate a little bit more into some of your first record deals. Like, you've definitely gone into depth about what went on with Takedown Records.
For
Um,
sure.
it's almost like a funny joke. I mean, I don't know if you still rock with them. This is no disrespect, but I mean, Takedown Records got taken down. So
For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with them to the death, man. They was real good dudes, man. They was trying to, coming from where we come from, the ghettos all across America, man. But coming from poverty, these dudes was limited to what they can do, and they was trying to take that drug money, unfortunately, and they was giving back to their communities and building things up. It just so happened that they got caught up and they got life plus 55. So it was always freedom men, what I mean? Some good, honorable brothers, man, but, they just didn't work out. And at the time, I didn't have that foresight, me being so young. I was 14, 15 years old. Your parents had to sign for you, give you the consent. So my grandmother, she just seen the curve ahead. She's a strong black woman from North Philadelphia. She been around. She been in the street. She done seen this shit. Born in the 40s, so she done seen it all. So when she seen that they was dope boys, and she seen that I was young, she was like, "I'm not letting you sign to that." And shout out to her wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have definitely been caught up all in that for sure.
absolutely. I mean, we always want to ignore it at first because it's a big dream presented. Um,
Thanks.
you've definitely elaborated on your parents, especially your pops and his
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I mean, again, I don't mean to bring up anything that
Nah, I'm an open book, man. You know what I'm saying? when you're an artist and you decide to give your life to the world, it should be nothing that you hold back. I'm an open book. I'm proud of everything that I am and where I came from and what it made me. So, it is what it is.
No doubt, man. I just love to be respectful to the guest. But so
For
going
sure.
going into your pops, growing up, was there any like recollection of what he was doing or what he was a part of, and the infamous JBM crew?
Um, I started to really understand. I remember lashing out um around like 10, 11, and like the OGs, everybody in my neighborhood knew me and everybody knew my father. Because he was running around in the 80s, early 90s, and when he was young and he was causing hell in the neighborhood. So everybody knew who he was. So some of the OGs would see me and be like, Reed, what's up, man? Man, I heard your news. I mean, you doing good with your music. How your father? How your pop? And I'd be like, man, me being 10, 11, him not being in my life. I'd be like, man, I don't fuck with him, man. Fuck him, man. And they'd be like, man, don't talk about your dad, man. Your dad love you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, your dad been through some real shit. You know what I'm saying? He'd been through some real street shit out here. Like, that man love you no matter what. That's all he talk about in the jail is my son home, my son Reed, my son. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I caught wind of what he was really early. And yeah, man, I definitely understood. He was a product of his environment.
Going back to your early days in your career when you were really first getting signed as an artist before
Mm-hmm.
battle.
Mm-hmm.
Any tour stories, any stories you got about performances or shows that you were doing back then?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of shit back then. I was probably like one of the first cats on like 106 and Park. I got disqualified from that for saying nigga. I was on MTV Spring Bling. Uh, I was moving around at a young age, like super. You know what I'm saying? Like after the DVDs took off, I was doing a lot of stuff, man. I was moving around. I was also one of the first artists out of my city, far as like, we come from the Reed Dollaz, the Meek Mills, the Joey Jazz, so out of that bunch, everybody was popping and had a crazy buzz. But out of that bunch, I was like the first one to actually get the deal. You know what I'm saying? So I was moving around crazy, man. Like my young life was crazy, man. I was living a life that, dudes right now at, in their 30s haven't even experienced yet. You know what I mean? I was doing that shit at 19. My first crib was a condominium down on the Philadelphia waterfront. Actually on the pier, like the crib, like when you looked out the water, you seen boats. You didn't see street. You seen the dock. You seen the boats and the Ben Franklin Bridge. So just imagine a young 19-year-old boy, you know what I mean, with access to things like that. And I was driving a nice little BMW and just being young. And so I experienced a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? Like at a young age, super young age.
It's cool because again, going back to my youth, and not to put an age on us or whatever,
Yeah,
I'm 30, but being
yes,
in middle school, I could clearly just remember the buzz you were building, and everything was looking like you were really next up. And I think there was a period of time, if you would have asked any rapper, I mean,
yeah,
I think there was a time 50 even was like Reed Dollaz is one of my favorite artists.
for sure.
So you definitely gotten some amazing cosigns. What's that like, or what does that mean to you? That regardless of whatever happened, because you're still
Mm-hmm.
climbing, your career's still going, you're still in it to win it. But at a very young age, and then going on a hiatus, looking back
Yeah.
on the early days, how do you feel about getting that recognition for really being that nice?
Um, I feel like it saved my life. You know what I mean? Because in my darkest moments, when I could have went left, could have went to some street shit. I remember when Eminem Rap God video came out, and I remember that clearly because I was in a crazy slump. Um, Shit was fucked up. I'm like out here check to check, trying to keep the bills on. Car was down. Everything was fucked up for me at this moment. And I get a call about 6:30 in the morning, and they like, my homie, he hype as shit. Yo, bro, yo, check your Twitter, bro. Like, what's going on? He like, yo, Eminem put you in Rap God, dog. I'm like, what? Shit like that. It kept me alive. It put the fire up under my feet and gave me glimpses of hope. like, yo, keep doing this shit, keep at it. You know what I mean? It's like digging a gold mine. Like, you get tired, you keep picking at this goddamn dirt, and the moment you give up, you was like 2 picks away from hitting that motherfucking treasure box. So it's like that shit just kept me going, man, and just kept me motivated and showed me that, whatever I was thinking, all the negative thoughts, man, maybe this shit ain't going, maybe it ain't for you, maybe it ain't gonna work. It just let me know, like, nah, man, this is out here for you. You just gotta get out here, make the moves, and put God first, and just meet God halfway, and He gonna make shit happen. And it definitely put the fire up under me, bro, for sure.
It's really interesting to talk to you in this manner because, again, for many years, just seeing who you are and what you could really bring and
Yes,
who you could become on the mic,
yes,
it, it's like you're not one to be played with. How was
respectfully.
how was it getting back into the ring? And do you feel like you have some of your old antics and some of the young Reed Dollaz hunger in you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, getting back in the ring from that hiatus, it was a little sketchy my first go. You got to remember, I'm from an era where we was rapping in fucking sneaker stores, record stores, schoolyards. It was a little different. So coming back, first event uh, from a 7 year hiatus is like crazy. The microphones, the lights, the fucking stage. It's just something that I wasn't used to. You know what I mean? So I don't think I did as well as I could, but the URL believed in me obviously because he doubled back like, nah, listen, that John shit, we gonna chalk that. We know what you're capable of. Let's spin the block. And they gave me chest necks, and I did very well there, and everything's just been uphill since then. But I definitely had to adapt to the new style of battle rap. You know what I mean? Still keep it Reed, but adapt. You know what I mean? So it was a little journey for sure, but that's what make a champion. You know what I'm saying? That's what make a champion. That's what people love to see. It's like Jordan in Game 6. He was down Game 5. Game 6, he mean business. Fourth quarter, he start chewing that motherfucking gum. Yeah, he means business. So it is what it is, man. That's what make champions for sure.
And I don't even think people, I know you say you might want to chalk one up, but regardless of anything, anytime anyone sees Reed Dollaz, a name attached to something, they're going nuts because the
For,
real ones know. And
for
I
sure.
believe that, you know, because everything happened so early. Again, I'm from the outside looking in. So who the
Mm-hmm.
fuck am I to tell you what happened in your life? But you were so young when things happened. I mean, like you said, you had the house by the pier. It was like you
Yes,
got drafted by the Sixers. Like you just came out of college. You did a one and done. You
for
just made
sure.
it to the NBA,
For sure.
and you had life at a certain point. You then have a child around in your
Yeah,
early
I had a
20s.
child. I had Lil Reed Jr. at when I was 20. So right when I got the crib, say about a year later, Reed came, and that was a big part of my hiatus as well, because just trying to raise my boy. That's my first and only son. And I mean, till this day, I only got one son, so I was definitely trying to raise him and be a father, because I know I didn't have that shit. So I was definitely trying to be there so he know. Because you might go through things with the mother. That's just how shit is. But no matter the split, as long as you put enough love into your kid, they gonna know. Nah, it ain't mommy. Daddy loved me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's real. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. So yeah, yep, that's real.
Hey man, that's more relatable to a lot more people than you would even imagine.
Real shit, bro.
You're talking to one of them, literally. So
Man.
I get it, man. Going
Yeah,
back into M and everything, I mean, it was crazy that that clip got thrown in there, but I think it's because really when you look at the history of rap, and this being the 50th year of hip hop,
yes.
you are very important on this lineage of where we are today. Brought it to certain levels that maybe because you didn't do certain kind of, networking the way that they wanted you to do,
Right,
or
right.
you had a lot of say early in your career, and maybe
Yes,
people didn't take on to that too much. But
right.
with it being 50 years, I really think that there needs to be a certain light on what Reed Dollaz brought to the game because it's crazy, bro. I don't think there needs to be. I think there is because every time your name is brought up, people are going ecstatic. I mean, months before your battle, um, not this last one a couple days ago. I believe it was
What was it? The last battle for that was, I think, Easy the Block Captain.
that battle. Like even when your name got brought up, the buzz
Yeah,
was crazy. People were like,
yeah,
"Dollars is gonna bring that heat."
for sure.
So for
Until
you
the casket drop.
for you to still be this hungry and have a video dropping tomorrow in the
Yes,
50th year of hip hop really
yes.
shows. And I really, I wish I had the drink champs flowers to give you, but these are the flowers that
Appreciate it.
I afford at the moment. And
Appreciate it, brother, for real.
it's not just for me. I mean, like there's a whole army of individuals that look that grew up with you, that grew
Yeah,
up on your hip hop and grew up on
yes,
your battles and the savages, and
yes.
it's just like what you mean to a lot of people. It runs deep, man, and I just hope that
I really appreciate that, bro, for real. Like, for real, man.
there's a lot of people that rock with you, man, and a lot of people even at that time thought you were the next up. It was like a high school prodigy expected to
Yeah,
be number one, you
for
know.
sure. For sure.
And you went and you built your own league. That's what you did. You
No
didn't go,
bullshit.
you didn't go through the system. You didn't go to the NBA, but you built your own ABA.
No bullshit. And it's crazy because, a lot of people ask me, and I think it was just all because of me. I don't think my soul is really built for the industry. I'm just a different type of person. Certain things that I stand for, morals and certain things that the industry is a devilish place. And once I started to really understand that in my adult years, I kind of strayed away from it a little bit more because I could have been I mean, my buzz is major. I could have been going to this record label shopping. Oh, Reed got to deal with such and such, or I could have been made it happen. But I just feel like that's not what God wanted for me, and I felt like I could still be a legend, make money, and feed my family with still keeping my morals and what I stand on and things like that. You feel me?
All of that's gonna pay off, and I think it's really gonna like you might have had some ups and downs, but I think the trajectory of Reed Dollars, I think you're
Mm-hmm.
back in a full effect that the world has really been anxious for and anticipated for. Remember, we
Yes,
had to go through a lot of whack years in hip hop. We had to
yes,
go
we
through
did.
a lot of whack years, and when you
Yes,
were catching on, you were keeping it real. You were a part of that real era. Like
for
you were
sure.
coming from that real cloth. But then when you were catching your buzz, things kind of were switched off. But now we're
Right.
back to a more neutral game. Music has
Yes,
returned to its roots. You have
yes,
a niche audience, and I think that there's nothing but sky's the limits, bro. Like
yes,
beyond
bro. Yes, yes.
thinking back to some of those moments and meetings, or maybe even deal shopping. Like, how can you give somebody a younger artist some insight on what it's like to have the hottest buzz, and just really kind of navigate through kind of just doing your own thing?
I mean, like it's crazy. To me, to the young dudes, I always preach, your independence and stuff like that. Because even like my first deal, my first situation, it was an independent deal, and I just felt like I didn't have any creative control. Like, and that's when I understood, like, yo, when I'm out of this situation, I'm never gonna let this shit happen again. I was locked in a contract for 4 years. Couldn't do nothing, couldn't battle. Anything that I put out, they owned. And then when I sat down in those 4 years, it just really let me know what my journey was going to be. And I just wanted to be independent. I haven't had a manager or a record label since then. And that was 2000 and I want to say 2010,
Okay,
11. And
okay.
I haven't had a manager or a record label since. I just been LLC, my company, Dollar Day Entertainment, and I just been doing everything, from the muscle. Got a distribution deal, and that's really all I need. I'd like to have the creative control, and I preach that to the young brothers. I mean, it's really all about what you want to do. I mean, I would definitely say go the independent route, and you can, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yeah, it might take you a while. You got to put the work in. You have to put some money in, but at the end of the day, you'll own yourself. You know what I mean? Like these labels, man, I feel like they don't really have uh just the word I'm looking for. They don't have no good intentions on, making you a star. They don't really care about you. You know what I mean? They get a couple hot records out you, hot single out you, you know, and they'll kick you right to the motherfucking curb. And it's sad, but even when you die, they make more money off you then. So, I just feel like keep your independence. That shit get hard, that shit get rough, but if you got the fan base and you got the talent and you got the drive and the ambition, fight through that shit. And man, when you get over that mountain, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Who were some of the artists that you really inspired by?
Shit. I was always a Tupac fan. That was like the first artist that I fell in love with. Nas, Jay, of course, Jay-Z. Always loved the Locks, Jada Kiss Styles. Uh, Shout out to my city, Beanie Siegel, AZ from the Firm. You know, uh, a lot of legends, man. Guru, Gangstar. The list goes on. I listened to that real good classic hip hop shit. So when I didn't have a father figure in the house, these guys were like my father figure. These guys were like giving me the jewels and shit. You know what I mean? Keys of life that stuck with me. So I think that's why I'm still so much into hip hop. Like if you seen the snippet of my new record, it got that hip hop feel, the beat, the vibe, the whole, I'm not out here trying to do the drill rap and blend in, and that's what we need right now. We need more artists. Like I feel like back in the day we had so many different artists to choose from. You know what I mean? So many different artists to choose from. And I just feel like rap turned to one genre. It's like drill music, talking about your cars or you killing people or you sliding on the ops. And when it comes to the females, respectfully, I just feel like that just went totally left. Like, back in the day, you had the Lil Kims, you had your Foxy Browns, that would talk that nasty shit or, the freaky shit. But we still had dope female artists like Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, and you know what I'm saying, MC Light, you know, but now it's just like,
Pop.
the message that these ladies are giving to these young girls, and it's crazy because I don't know if you have kids or if you have a daughter, but I always pray for my brothers with daughters. I'll be like, man, like it's kind of crazy raising a daughter in this temperature because this music has such an impact. Like, not to get too crazy, but like I'm with my round, my pussy pink and my booty holes brown. Like, what?
On the
Like,
radio. On the radio.
what? Like, no, bro, like no shade, shout out to Sexy Red, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like
Nah.
if my 5-year-old daughter, like my booty hole brown, like what?
Nah.
It's different. We in a different temperature. So I just wish artists, don't be afraid to be different. It could be, like don't be afraid to be different. We had Andre 3000. We had so many different people that were different, but was super dope. Super dope. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to be different with your art, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you got a battle coming up against P. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep. September 9th.
All right. So again, bring me into that getting ready for the battle kind of thing. Like,
Well,
what you gotta
I
do?
just got off the plane yesterday from Oakland. I just had a battle with Passwords, and I'm Oakland, California. So today I was kind of resting up. Tomorrow is back to the grind. Start moving this pen. This is like a nostalgia battle. Philly versus New York. Philly and New York been going head to head since we were kids. Uh,
That's a
so this is
throwback. It's a
Yeah,
throwback
for
to you.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. A nostalgia card. So we got some dope Philadelphia legends coming back that we haven't seen in a long time, like my man Hollow Man. He's about to come back. He's on the card battling Head Ice. That's going to be fire. You know, you got me, you got K Walker, you got Kaboom. So yeah, this is dope, and I think there's so much history between Philadelphia and New York. I think the battle is going to be super dope because we got a lot to talk about. It's not just like meeting a random, you know what I'm saying, and just having a battle rap. Like, no, we got some history to talk about. So
Yeah,
I think this shit gonna be super dope.
that's
I don't
unique.
think, yeah, I don't think P can fuck with me. I like him. I don't think he can fuck with me like in this field. Like I like his mixtapes, I like his music and shit like that I hear. But it's like, bro, I've been outside. I've been back outside in this battlefield. We like where you been? We ain't seen you, so he gonna have a long day for sure.
Hey, shout out to P. We
Shout out
fuck
to
with,
P.
we fuck with him.
I fuck with him too.
But I might agree. You know, if I was a betting man, which I am, I love to bet. I love to bet on my sports. I know where
Listen,
my
man.
money's going on. It's going on the
Yes,
dollar
sir.
man.
Respectfully, man. Respectfully. Shout out
That-
to MP. Like I said, I'm a fan as well. You know what I mean? I like what he do. I just feel like, you know, you ain't been outside in this ring and God knows when. So like, you know, I hope you bring your best shit because it's gonna be a long day for bro.
One of my wrap up questions that I love to ask everybody: what's a memory in your entire time in hip hop that you could look back and maybe it's meeting a legend, sharing a same uh, show bill? What's a time in your career that you can look back and say this was one of my greatest hip hop moments?
It's a few of them. I think meeting Eminem and being a part of the Rap God video and him putting me in that video, that was one of my greatest moments. Um, Also getting my flowers from Wyclef. You know what I'm saying? That's major for me. To me, that's like damn near like meeting Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like like that was really major for me. Like this guy was running for president of his country. You know what I mean? A whole Fuji out here, like really, really goaded him and Lauren Hill. And for me to talk to him and him let me know, like, yo, man, I've been behind you forever. You know, I'm a fan. Like, you know, like he said, I was listening to your shit when I was running for president. I was like, what? Like, wow. Like, that's major. And just, you know, all the other people that show love. You know, you got the 50 Cents, the ASAP Rockies, ASAP Ferg. I mean, the list goes on. Even some of the newer generation, G Herbos, fucking, rest in peace, King Von. My man hit me one day like, yo, he was searching Twitter and he sent me a tweet, a screenshot of King Von. I actually have it. Von tweeted, "You a gangster or a bitch, nigga? Make your mind up, right?" And he put Reed Dollaz, and you see everybody in the comments like, "Yo, that's that Reed Dollaz. What you know about him?" It's like, yo. So even the younger cats I've touched, you know, me being older now, I noticed that I've raised a lot of motherfuckers in the industry right now. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it comes to like athletes, different athletes, Damian Gillard, it's a lot of different motherfuckers that fuck with me, dog. So many athletes and people that reach out like, yo, bro, I was in fucking college banging your shit. I mean, da, 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 da. So it's like that's what keep me humble. That's what keep me grounded and keep me motivated to let me know like, yo, God still got me here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Finish line, we ain't at the finish line yet, so we're gonna keep pushing. So like I said, we're gonna get this first official Reed Dollaz album out. I never put an album out. You go to that piff, I got 20 plus mixtapes up there, my mixtapes and all that shit, but I have yet to put out official Reed Dollaz album, so that's what we working on. You know, I be fucking with Lil Flip. Shout out to my dog Lil Flip from Houston. We've been working.
He's been on
Um,
the show. Shout out to Flip.
yeah, shout out to Flipper. You know what I mean? That's big bro right there. We got y'all can go check that out. You can go to YouTube and type in Reed Dollaz and Lil Flip. We got several music videos. That's bro, that's family. Couple people on the album, Cassidy, Freeway. I got a lot of motherfuckers like shit that I just been sitting on. You know what I mean? Like, so the album's gonna be crazy, long awaited. Uh, yeah, man, I'm out here. You know, like I'm working, man. Like I'm not out here living off my old rec. You know what I mean? A lot of the legends from my day out still out here trying to live off their old work. I'm out here making new history.
Yo, and that's what I mean by like you're still hungry and still
So,
trending. This is just
so,
something that I gotta ask for the fans.
yeah,
On the official album, I know there's
Yeah,
never been a problem between you and Meek. Will we
yeah.
ever get a Reed Dollaz Meek Mills track?
I mean, you never know, man. That could be in the works. Like I'm gonna just say this: we talk. I'm gonna just say that we talk. You know what I mean? For people that don't think like we just have no communication at all, we talk. You know what I mean? Me got older. You know, everybody. Everybody got to come to age. As they come. Some people might come at 24. Some people might come at 44. Like, but me, he grew up, man, and he put the shit behind him. He reached out. We've been DMing. We've been talking, and it's a possibility. I don't want to spoil nothing, but yeah, in the future you can see that. You might be able to see that.
No doubt. Hey yo, if there's anything you want to let the fans know where to find you and how they can holla at you.
Yeah, you already know, man. You can just fuck with me on Instagram. I mean, I got Twitter and stuff like that, but I'm really not on there. If you want to fuck with me, you can follow me on Instagram at Rambo_Reed Dollaz.
Yo, Reed Dollaz, I appreciate your time, my dude, and
Love, bro.
hopefully we definitely get to do something in the future because I would love to talk to you after the album drops. That would be an
For sure.
experience. And I'm on the East Coast too. I'm over here in Massachusetts, so I ain't too
Okay,
far
okay.
from Philly. So if there's an album party, man, I would definitely pop up, bro.
Man, that would be love. And if I do have it, you got a special invite on me for sure.
Yo, that's love, my G. Yo, you have a good night, man, and it was a
You too, my
pleasure
brother.
talking to you.
You too, my brother. Thank you.